Testing, testing. Okay, cool. What's up? Sorry guys, it's been a while. Just gotta make sure everything's running smoothly here. I've actually got my... Okay, like a... Shot, Jared. Yeah, I've actually got my camera off here today. Leave it off for the time being. Got a bandage on my nose. Okay. So let's get into things here. Just going to do a quick overview of the higher time frames. Just so you know what we're looking at. Since it's been a while since we've actually been here on stream. Missed last week basically. And you can see that we are just still moving down here in gold. We've seen some nice dollar strength as of late. Nice reaction to that 101.500 level on DXY, which we were looking at for some time. And we can see, like I say, this dollar strength coming back into the picture, breaking out of some of this bearish structure here and moving up to this next key area of interest, 105.500. So if we're keeping that in mind, that the dollar is strong, makes sense to see gold continue moving down. Now yesterday was a US bank holiday. I hope no one really took any trades, as we were just ranging very low volume. So I think the fact that we missed yesterday was alright anyway. Not really much going on. I hope everybody stayed patient, understood that later in the week there will be plenty of opportunities. Got some Fed meeting minutes later in the week. Let's just go and have a look at news quick before we get too deep here. Surely Forex Factory. Okay, so North American bank holiday yesterday. Today we do have some GBP news at 11:30, as well as some low impact news at 9. Not too worried about that. PMR later today for the dollar. Obviously, any good news for the dollar now will be feeding into that bullish dollar sentiment, and gold sales will be very nice this afternoon with good data there. But I think what's in focus for the week will be this FOMC meeting minutes. If that is nice and hawkish, then we're going to have some very nice sales on gold throughout the rest of the week. If you don't know what hawkish means, something we speak about a lot here on stream. I would say go and look up what that means. Hawkish and dovish. A hawkish Fed is focused on fighting inflation and generally brings strength to that currency. Dovish Fed is looking to stimulate the economy. Okay. So for actual trades here, 4 hour looks quite nice actually for a possible wick fill here. Just very tricky on the lower time frames, but yeah, 4 hour we close below support there, looking to continue moving down. To be honest, what would be best for me is probably a closure below this support area right now at 1837,580. If we can close below that support, we've got some nice clean candles to the left to play on here. Yeah, I've got about 40-50 pips of range moving down there. Can definitely be looking at having some runners here. First target for me would be 18.33.500. I like this level at 18.28, 18.29 as well as a potential target. Then yeah, we could definitely have potential runners back into the lows at the 18.20s, 18.22, 18.20. In terms of bars, obviously I would like to stick to the sells in line with the overall trend here, but it's still early in the week. I could still see further pullbacks, and I do believe you have some nice range to play here. So we'll just see about the buys above 18, 46,500 there. Not looking too bad. Just mark this up as potential. So yeah, obviously we are bearish now. It would be ideal to be looking for those sells, but I would not be surprised if we did get further pullbacks. If we broke above 1846, looking to take advantage of some of this clean traffic here, back up to 1850, gives you about 40 pips. What's up, Jared? Are you on the Zoom there?
Yeah,
How was your birthday yesterday?
no complaints there.
Chat, I think
I went
everyone
to,
should sing happy birthday for Jared.
yeah, let's not do that. Guys, we all know I'm the lead vocals in this team, So,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
facts.
no, but it was solid, Went to lunch with the family, went and looked at some more houses. So, yes, it's solid day.
Very nice, wholesome.
Yes, Reese is charging his headphones. Oh, goodness. Nah, thanks, boys. Appreciate it, I know I was gonna add everybody to a group last night that didn't wish me, and then at 11:59 say thanks you fuckers.
Yeah.
So apparently you shouldn't do stuff like that. So I was hooked. Yeah.
Oh shit.
No, but thanks guys, appreciate it,
Yeah, nah, look, fuck. For my birthday the other day, I got hardly any messages.
Yeah, no, yes. But I mean, a lot of the people that do message you on your birthday, you speak to once a year or maybe twice a year, and then you wish them, and then that's pretty much it.
Yeah. I found that, I had that before, but like this year, I haven't been saying happy birthday to a lot of people as well. That's the thing. Like people I don't talk to throughout the year, I don't like
I,
go out of my way necessarily because I know chances are they're not going to say happy birthday. So like
yeah,
just reciprocating that energy,
yeah.
not wasting my
Um,
energy, should I say?
Reese asked, he said, Connor, I went back on the charts and looked how the numbers came out because I see you have some GJ news. When it was lower than forecast buy played out, and when it was higher than forecast sales played out. Why is that so?
Just hold on. I'll have a look now. I'm just typing a message here for the Discord breakdowns.
Cool.
Yo, dude. Sunday was a horrible day.
Yeah. So it
Horrible,
happens
horrible.
when you're gallivanting, eh?
Oh, dude,
And then you get
I've been
it.
chilling. I've been chilling. I
You
went to
get
gym
it.
on Saturday and maybe that like aggravated something. But I wasn't doing
Yeah.
anything on Sunday that just like, you know, um, went back on the charts and looked how the numbers came out because I can see we have some GJ news. When it was lower than forecasted, buyers played out. When it was higher, sales played out twice. So GJ news.
I think what Reese may also be asking is he's just asking when there's news coming out, and let's say it's better than expected, but then GJ drops, or it's worse than expected, and GJ, like it's worse than expected, but GJ gains strength, and then it's better than expected, but GJ drops. Why is that so? Like, how can the pair have an inverse to the news that's coming out?
What news? Because then we can put it into context.
There's composite PMI, manufacturing PMI, and service PMI at 11:30 today.
Is this what you're talking about, Reese? Yeah, just let me know what news you're talking about. We can go and have a look. As you grow older, birthday mention, not that important to be honest. Yeah, exactly. My birthday this year was such a non-event, and especially because I had that up about 4 days before. Um, I actually, my mother and my grand came to visit me, and my mother gave me some strong pain medication because I was in quite a lot of pain. Took that at about 3. Went to sleep at about 4. I woke up at just before 9. Had something to eat. Went back to sleep. That was my birthday. Like it was such a non-event. Obviously, I'm sure I would have gone for lunch or something if I was feeling okay. But yeah, is what it is. Yes, that news. So you're talking about this previous PMR for the pound. So if we look at the previous PMR, I'm assuming this is what you're talking about. You need to just have a look that the numbers were mixed there. So when numbers are mixed, you can expect a bit more volatility and less overall direction. So maybe these bad numbers were just holding more weight at the time. Let's see what day this was. 24th of Jan. Let's go back and have a look here. So numbers were mixed, and you need to also just have a look at where we were in the chart. We were at a very significant resistance area here around 161, 162. So we were bullish on GJ, but higher time frame we're in a range. So in these intraday time frames, we are still taking advantage of the bullish bias, but you're only really going to get those nice. Obviously, for now, it's safer to be sticking to the bars, but we're only going to get really nice bars above 162. That's going to be a nice confirmation on the higher time frames to continue up. As we're moving into this resistance area, we need to understand that we will need a catalyst to actually move up, break through 162 and fill this range to the left. So you can see this area right here. Now above here, look at all of this clean traffic to the left. Once we break up above here, we most probably will then correct this move here to the left. Not maybe in one swift candle like we did in December, but you know, we'll start to see us move back up to 165 and so on. So you need a catalyst. Now obviously that news coming out mixed at the time on the 24th of Jan just was not enough of a catalyst, and obviously because we're sitting at this key price point, you know, investors, traders would have taken profits at that area, understanding that news wasn't going to bring the volatility needed to continue driving up. So because of the price area we were sitting at, numbers came out mixed and we had a bit of profit taking in that area probably. Let's actually do a quick breakdown here on GJ. So still very nice and bullish here on GJ. Your weekly candles looking very nice. Closed above 161. Closed above resistance there on the weekly. Daily we formed a support. Yesterday, bank holiday, you can see we just had quite low volume. But we did get a nice bottom wick on the weekly candle there. So a break of these highs here, and we look pretty good to move on up. I would want to see us closing above resistance at 161.730. A little bit tight here. Okay, so we'll keep an eye on this level here. But to be honest, I don't really like the fact that we've only got about 12 pips up to the next resistance point. I think safer bars will be above here at 161.850. Also, we do have some pound news today, so we'll just, you know, keep an eye out on that. If that's coming out good, that will feed into these GJPYs. If not, as I just discussed, we are in this significant area once again. And if numbers are coming out bad or mixed, that could just lead to some further pullbacks here, maybe to 161, 160, before then still continue up on the higher time frames. What's up, Farmer Tom? Yeah, getting there, getting better. So I'll say potential bars above 161.720 126. But yeah, very small range there. I would maybe prefer to see us breaking above 161,850. The thing is, 161,750, let's say, is actually our daily highs here as well. So we could see some nice volume on the break of those highs. But that range is just a bit too tight. And then, like I say, with news coming out later on in the day or later this morning, we could see some further pullbacks. Wouldn't really be too interested in sells. I would actually just be looking for those pullbacks into some of these previous support areas and still looking for buys. So that's GJ. I know we looked at the dollar index there for gold. Since it's been a while, just getting a nice higher time frame view of what's cracking. We'll do the same here for the yen index. Just to show you guys the yen index, I see we shifting back bearish. What's up with my internet? Morning Luke, morning Yama. Thank you guys, good to be back.
We're gonna donate this morning and get you some new internet there, cut.
Nah, bro, my internet is good. My internet is really good. I promise you. Some days are just play some games.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a look at the Japanese yen currency index here. We can see that, you know, we were bearish for a very long time. And then from about November last year, we saw a bit of change in the CPI numbers with the dollar, and you know that brought some strength to gold. You can see that brought strength to the yen as well, or just pullbacks. So we had this extended pullback into some key areas. You ranged here for a period of days or weeks, and you're breaking back below this support area, this critical area right here. So you can see this yen weakness coming back into the picture. And a break below such a significant level like that, out of this range, shifting out of that bullish pullback structure. You can see here obviously forming higher highs. Then we just ranged for a period of time. And now we've created new lows. So once this bearish momentum comes in, you know, maybe we need a catalyst to see that push all the way back down to the lows. It's not going to happen in one day. But that will relate to quite a nice move here on the higher time frames on GJ. Looking to fill this range here to the left. And correct that move from December. It's an insane move, really. GJ is ridiculous, you know. Some days it just moves 500 pips, some days it's in like a 20 pip range. Different beast. SNR lines on gold match perfectly on a fib retracement. That's amazing. Call me Mr. Fibonacci.
If we start calling you that, I'd like to hand in my letter of resignation. With immediate effect.
Jared, can I ask you a favor?
Of course.
Could
How can I?
you also just send through your charts on the London breakdown? Because your charts here, they're quite clean.
Okay, the ones I had that I sent you.
Yeah,
Can
it's
I just
pretty
mark
much
them?
the same ideas, so you can
Cool.
just send them through.
I'm just gonna mark them up a little bit better.
Okay, shot. Yeah, no, they look
Shit.
nice. I'm stealing my ideas from you this morning. I'm coming back now. I just need to get a straw. I'm trying to drink. I can't drink without a straw, bro. Fuck's sakes.
Just chat. So, how's everybody been without stream? How have you guys been coping in the markets? Have you found any success? Have you had any problems? You must definitely let us know. And then just tell us overall how have you been doing.
Chat just so you can see. Fucked up right now. Not really, I'm feeling fine. But yeah, I had an op on my nose. So I'm keeping the camera off for today because I got a bandage on.
No, don't be shy. Leave it on.
Technically, head and shoulders on GJ, so it bearish, but fundamentally the yen doesn't feel strong yet. What are your thoughts? Farmer Tom, head and shoulders, understanding that those patterns are not the most reliable. You know, those fancy, nice, pretty looking patterns, they're not the most reliable. There's a lot more to what's driving the market than patterns. I don't know if you're joking or not. But for anyone else in the chat, just understanding that, like I say, there's a lot more to what's driving price than patterns. Institutions and whales who are driving this price movement, who us retail traders are trying to take advantage of, they are not looking at patterns, they're not looking at candlesticks or any of that sort of thing. They're looking at the fundamentals, they're looking at the economic data, real world factors. So, of course, for us retail traders, we are using technical analysis to find trade ideas, to find our entries and our stop losses and our targets, looking at key areas in price where we've reacted before, where there may be orders. But at the end of the day, we need to also be tying it in with fundamentals so that we build that overall market image. And then I always just say keep your strategy simple. I'm looking at like support and resistance. That's all really. But when you're looking at patterns, basing it off patterns, developing a bias based off a pattern, you will fall short. You can use them as entry confirmations when you've already developed a bias from, like I say, building up that overall market image from the higher time frames, from understanding what's going on fundamentally.
Yeah, shame. I once just wait, just give me 2 seconds.
What's up, Ned? How's it, brother? Double tops and double bottoms are actually very nice. Depending on how you look at the markets and how you trade. I would say that I'm more of a breakout trader. You know, I'm waiting for breaks above a resistance to be taking buys in times of volume, sells below support in times of volume. But double bottoms, the idea behind it is really that if, let's say, for instance, okay, we are, let's say, right here on the 15-minute, we are trending down. This is just a short-term bearish trend in an overall higher time frame bullish trend. So you can see here, we are bullish. You get me? Bullish. But then for a short period of time, we were bearish here on the 15-minute. And then what happened was, we formed this double bottom. Now what this is indicating, okay, because you're forming lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower low, lower high, and then we failed to create a new low. So this is showing that this bearish volume is dying down. What I would be waiting for here is probably still to see this bullish momentum come back in though before taking buys. Taking buys off of these lows, unless you've maybe got a key area marked up here, might be a bit aggressive. But yeah, double bottoms, if you can understand when to use them. That's why I say using these patterns with confluence, like it should be the last thing you look at. Don't just see a double bottom and try and now justify a buy. Justify the buy first, and then if you see the double bottom line up, then great. There's a nice entry confirmation for you. It should be like the last thing you look at before actually getting in the trade. Not the first thing.
Morning, gents.
Morning, Mr.
Morning,
Reese.
morning.
How goes it, brother?
I'll be back now.
Yes, cheers. Yo, guys, I once tried pattern trading, and unfortunately became homeless. So I can tell you guys it doesn't work. No, I'm just raving, just joking.
Cheers.
Yes.
I just wanna, I seen that NAS breakdown. Obviously, I'm only gonna be looking for those bars or cells at like 5-4 when the volume comes in. But is the setup good?
So I think it does have it is good. I would definitely say once you break below that support, there is that clean traffic to the left. The only thing is you're obviously trading in a time of very low volume in that range. So I definitely do think waiting for the break of the resistance and then obviously break of the support is going to be crucial. I wouldn't be taking anything in between that the level of like 12,300 and 12,385. So I definitely think you've got that pretty spot on. I would maybe up my no trade range on the buys a little bit, maybe up it to 12,385. If you check to the left, there's just a little bit. There's like a wick at 2 o'clock on Friday.
Rejected, yeah.
Yeah, so maybe if you can get above there, that's going to be a bit nicer than just trying to buy the break of the wick high at 12,374. And then also on the sells, um, I would maybe mark it up with potential sells below your support there at 12,300 ish, and then obviously safest sells below 12,224. I would say would be good. Do you get my reasoning behind that?
Yeah.
Yeah, but otherwise looking amazing. And then obviously if you break that support at 12,224.25, then I think you've got that clean traffic on the hourly to the left, a massive wick to fill. So then that's gonna be very nice. But if you are gonna sell the support coming into New York, for example, then you should have that volume to continue down, and you could use the level of 12,224.25 as like a management point, maybe leave a little runner and then take it from there.
Okay, perfect. Thanks.
Yeah, no stress. But yeah, Naz is honestly looking very good. It's just
Yeah, I like
it's
it.
just yeah, it's very difficult with the low volume that it's come into at that support level, just moving left to right. But once you break above and below, I don't see issue on it. There's clean range moving both ways.
I'm not one to say don't trade US indices in London session. I used to do it and I used to find success in it, but there is lower volume. There is definitely lower volume and you just need to be aware of that and try and look back and study the times where the volume does tend to pick up. Understand that it's not going to be as high volume as New York session or after NYSE Open. Your best times to trade US equities are going to be after NYSE Open. I found once the dust had settled from the New York Stock Exchange Open, you get some very nice clean moves. But yeah, I used to trade it in London session as well. Just be aware though. Don't get caught chasing moves when you do have lower volume. Understand when to walk away.
Yeah. I saw with Naz, like it can be going, say it's in a bullish direction throughout the whole of London. As soon as New York opens, it just flips. So I'd rather wait for that confirmation of the direction of the price before I get in.
Nice.
Reese, what you could also do, in my opinion, is you could also just say to yourself, there are moves in London, but obviously the volume and everything does come in predominantly in New York. So you could maybe just half risk it in London, and then go with your normal risk in New York. That could also be something you could have a look into, just so that if you do see a move in London, you're catching it, but you're not putting as much risk on the table because it doesn't usually have that volume you're 100% looking for.
Yeah, for sure. Would it be safer, sales in a position until like what, 2 o'clock? Would it be safer to close that position and then wait for?
Are you
like
saying
a
if you're
new
in a
setup?
position before New York Open?
Yeah, I think that's what it's asking.
I would definitely be looking at either getting out or getting out partials and putting stops at break even before New York Open, and especially NYSE Open. NYSE Open brings a lot of volatility. I don't even like to trade NYSE Open. A lot of guys do it, but it's a bit hectic. You're gonna find a lot cleaner moves after a couple minutes after that opening. So right now with daylight savings, that's after 4:30 for us.
Yeah, but once again, I think it all just depends on your structure. If you can see you've got solid structure, you've moved in your stops a little bit, there's reason to close partials. But if it's still looking good, then I mean, you can just obviously understand volumes coming in and the risk of that. But if you've moved your stop, if you're comfortable with it, if all your levels are in a safe spot, it should be good to leave the trade running through. And maybe if you've got a position open and new structures formed, you could always trail your stop below current structure instead of previous structure that you were trading.
NYSE is like mini news. Yeah, it is. Brings a lot of volatility. So this weekly candle didn't really pull back as deep as I would have liked it to. But yeah, it looks like we already broke yesterday's lows. Obviously just had that weak bullish candle with low volume yesterday. So it looks like we could be forming a resistance here on the daily. But obviously if we don't get breaks below the support, we're going to stay out of these cells, stay out of this whole range right here. And then just see what price does when we break out. Obviously got Fed meeting minutes later in the week as well, which I'm anticipating to bring nice bearish volume, anticipating the Feds to be a bit more hawkish. One thing, since we haven't really been in touch here on the streams, I know that these guys who come regularly, and I like to talk about certain things on a regular basis. One of the things that I actually haven't mentioned today is the CPI from November and December, which resulted in such a strong move back to the upside here on gold. You can see here on this day we had that CPI on that Friday. If I'm not mistaken, that was CPI. I may be mistaken, but we had improved CPI numbers, which resulted in this move to the upside on gold. And now those CPI numbers from November and December have actually been revised, and they are now saying that no, those numbers were not as good as previously calculated. Inflation is actually still high, and you know what that means? The Fed still has work to do. The Fed still has to raise rates, and we can expect to see more interest rate increases to further fight inflation, which is bringing strength to the dollar. So fundamentally and technically, everything's lining up very nicely. We had this price setting up end of last year for the beginning of the new year. We had this pullback early in the year, or push up, grabbing some more orders, and now the Fed coming in hawkish. Good labor market data. We can see this dollar strength picking back up, and I do think that we'll move back down to these lows throughout the year, over the next few months. Technically on the DXY, looks very good if you zoom out as well. If I actually go on a monthly even. Let me remove all of this. Technically on the monthly looks amazing. Had that extremely strong move last year up. Dollar domination, if you want to say. And then I think a pullback was quite necessary just to maintain that market stability, because the dollar was actually destroying other currencies. Other currencies were getting devalued so quickly, so heavily against the dollar. We needed that pullback in the dollar to maintain market stability, and now we've got new highs that the market has adjusted to, so it will be a lot better for the market now if we move slowly back up to these highs as everything has been digested. Connor, what's your advice on feeling anxious, nervous when we are in a winning streak? That's actually a very good question, because winning streaks are something where you do want to really take note of your emotions. You can get out of control on a winning streak very quickly, because you can tend to get overconfident on a winning streak, start to take stupid trades and that kind of thing. So I think to actually be feeling anxious and nervous is good, but listen to those emotions. That's one thing I can say. Don't make trading decisions based off of those emotions. Rather understand that maybe that is when you need to walk away, lower risk, and just understand that you've been doing very well and you don't want to give away those gains. So I would rather be nervous and anxious on a winning streak, listen to those emotions, than being overconfident and losing touch with reality, because that's when you start to over risk, over trade, take silly trades. So there's nothing wrong with feeling anxious and nervous, but like I say, listen to your emotions. Either
And
walk
just
away or lower risk.
yeah, and just treat every trade with independence. Don't be like, I've won the last 7, I have to win the 8th. You know,
Yeah,
just treat every trade as its own trade idea, and you should be good. And just remember, a winning streak doesn't mean that you're a good trader, and a losing streak doesn't mean that you're a bad trader. Everybody goes through them. Stay humble, stay to your risk. Don't just now go from a 50 cent to a 5 lot because you've won the last 6 trades. So
yeah, exactly. Just each trade you take, focus on taking a good trade, building confidence, have reasoning for that trade, and look long term.
yeah. And just a last thing, that question, June, with your trading, it's 100% alright to feel nervous. It's 100% alright to feel anxious, to feel uncomfortable, to feel some type of way. But you don't need to act on a feeling. As long as the trade's going in your favor, you've got what you're having a look at, candles are printing the way you want them to, you can be anxious, nervous, and just uncomfortable, but everything's going in your favor. So just let the charts tell you what to do, and don't let your emotions tell you what to do. So you should be good. Just get uncomfortable. Just get comfortable with being uncomfortable. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, very true. Just some updates here since I've been away for the past couple weeks. Since last year, I was adding news trades to the stream record. I'm doing the same this year, so I've added some news trades from the memberships to this live stream trade record. I think it's only fair, so you can just get a nice comparison to last year. And as you can see, FOMC, we had a very nice trade there. Then this London session, I think you guys were here. NFP had a very nice sell here on gold. And then this was CPR. Very, very nice. 2 trades on CPR there on Valentine's Day. And then I know that I was doing this funded phase 1 on the stream. So I passed phase 1 and on to phase 2. Sorry that obviously I couldn't do this in front of you, but you know, here we are in phase 2, so we'll keep track of this. But yeah, just being away, I was obviously a bit restricted with time as well, so I didn't want to mess around.
With you on phase 2 and you already up $500, or am I mistaken?
Yeah, that was from Friday.
So are you with the $500 up? Does that not mean that you've passed phase 2?
No, it's 5% is $5,000.
Oh shit! Yeah,
Up half a percent.
I'm thinking. Yeah, I'm thinking 10,000. My mistake. Yeah, I'm like, what? Yeah.
Yeah, Friday there was that break even in the morning, and then
Yeah,
those gold sells in the afternoon. Was it
yeah,
Friday? Yeah.
must have been, yeah. Yeah, we ended up taking how many trades on Friday? We ended up, I think, two, was it? Let me just check.
Yeah, one in London and one in New York.
Yeah.
Fuck,
Yeah.
MetaTrader.
Jeez, guys, with last week's trend, we took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 trades in total throughout the week, and every single one of them was a sell stop on gold. I can't
Destroyed.
even make that up. Like every single trade was a sell stop on gold. Just crazy. That was very funny. Yeah. I said, no worries, June. All good. And then Farmer Tom, USDZAR is just an absolutely incredibly volatile pair with very big spreads. It moves like idiotically. It's like a drunk driver. So it's one of those pairs you tend to stay away from when you do trade.
What's this USDZAR?
Yeah.
Yo. USDZAR, bro. I saw this reel on Instagram. This guy in a private jet, so-called billionaire or whatever. I didn't get his name or anything.
Yeah.
But apparently he trades. And he said what he trades is he trades electricity. He said it's one of the most volatile markets in the world, or it is the most volatile. Um, and he said something along the lines of it. Oh, fuck. It moves in line with the laws of physics. I don't know, bro. I don't know what he was saying. But
Yeah.
Nico and I joked about South Africa. Imagine trading South African electricity.
Oh
I think
goodness, that's
you could use Eskom Push as your signal provider.
literally it. Dude, uh, with load shedding here in PTA, bro, we literally, I can't even make this up, bro. I'm having 12 hours of load shedding a day.
Huh?
Like, dude, 8 to 12 hours of load shedding a day. It's honestly ridiculous. Hey,
That's ridiculous.
bro,
Yeah, we had
you
12 hours.
got it?
We had 12 hours yesterday.
Yeah, dude, like, what's the point, bro? And what I find funny about it is I still have the exact same cost of electricity a month. It makes no sense, dude.
Ew. Oh, that's ridiculous. 12 hours.
Yeah. Yama, I've put the link to the link tree in our bio. I mean, in the chat. So you can just go ahead and then there's a tab there that says funding for traders. And then you can go through to that link and it should help you out if you can sign up to my Forex fund.
Yo, that's hectic, guys. 12 hours, 10 hours of load shedding. That's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous, dude. Like, I don't understand it.
GJ bars. It's a bit tough at this point. What I want to do is wait for London Open right now. So we've closed above 161, 726. You just don't have much range here. Moving up to this resistance at 161, 850. So what I would like to do is wait for a closure above there at London Open. That would be ideal. Yeah, that would be ideal. We'll just see how price is setting up. And then gold, quite tricky here on the hourly. You can see you've got this support area right here. Didn't get a closure below, but we did close bearish, and we're actually breaking all of these lows right now. But you got no top wick on the current candle. I could see us coming up to create that top wick, with an hour to go until London Open, I'd rather wait. What we could see is if we get that closure below support, even with no top wick, London Open could come back up, create that top wick, and then we can have some nice sells at 10 o'clock.
And just quickly, the coupon for my Forex fund is called Monster Money 5.
Yeah, you can rather just click on that link.
Okay.
I think that'll be easier. If you don't come out with the link, then yeah, you can use Monster Money 5. What's your advice? I want to first test it if I can pass my Forex funds. So going to just do a 5,000. I would say if you can, try go for a 10,000. Just personally, I've always found the numbers to be a little bit easier to work with. I'm not too sure if that's an issue you might have. But if you feel more comfortable going for the 5, then go for that. Just understand your drawdown is quite small, and you want to obviously just be very aware of your restrictions and how much you're risking per day. I would say set your own limits for yourself. So even though they give you a 5% daily drawdown, rather give yourself a limit of like 2%, 3%, and stick to that, so that you're never having massive losing days. You're limiting your downside, because your downside is already very limited. So that's just one thing to keep in mind. Understand that you've got a month to pass phase 1, which relates to 2% a week, which is really not much. So there's no rush. Don't rush it. Don't try and pass in the 5 days they give you, rather use the full month. And then phase 2 goes without saying, 5% in 2 months. You know, that's like almost 0.5% a week. That's absolutely nothing. So just don't rush it. They put all of these restrictions, targets, and time limits in place to simply mess with your head. But I would just say focus on trading well, focus on doing the right things. Shouldn't actually be trading any different. So on gold here, just want to see if I can get zoom annotate going. So yeah, if this candle can close like this, with a bit of a bottom wick, even though we've got no top wick, what we could see the next candle do at London Open is come up, create that top wick for this previous hourly. Then we'll be looking at sells like that. We would obviously have that little top wick there. And then I would be looking at something like that would be ideal. If you could come up on this candle and create a top wick, even better.
Yeah, definitely. If we could get that top wick, I'd be loving it. Eh?
Yeah, I think it would be way better if we got the top wick on this candle and then close below. Because then we can just use this previous hourly as our stop loss.
Yeah.
And not have to wait for such a big top wick. Jared,
Yes.
you want to play some chess?
This is shocking that I'm playing right now. Eh?
Oh my goodness. You addict.
Dude, I promise you, bro, it's actually frightening. Eh? I must admit. I think I'm addicted to chess, but yeah, I'm just gonna checkmate this guy, then we'll play quick.
Hey.
Hey.
Okay.
Got him. I got him. Play. Play a friend. How long do you want to play?
Just give me a second. I want to put something on Zoom annotate here. Can I
Okay.
annotate without sharing a screen?
I know you can't. But if you do share your screen and the guys in Zoom are in minimize mode, it won't come up as and take up a whole picture.
Okay.
So it should be
If I
fine.
share my screen, maybe I can just watch on Zoom anyway.
Yeah. Hey, how's it, Bilal? I think I said that right. Hope so. Thanks for being with us here. Sure, but dude, I really am addicted to chess, bro. It's shocking.
Okay, cool.
Cool.
I just need to get on chess here.
Cool. I just joined stream. Can we place order of sell? Yeah.
Sure. What's
Sure.
stopping you?
Why not? Yeah. No, Bilal, I wouldn't be waiting for London Open. Gold is currently coming down to support where it looks like it could continue on pushing, but we don't have the top wick. And we may just be waiting for London Open. So it is going to be difficult to just take sells coming below this price. So we are unfortunately going to wait for, or fortunately going to wait for London Open at 10 a.m. South African, what is it? South African
Standard
Central
time.
Standard Time. Yeah, here Central. Flixen. Go for watching. Yammers in the spirit. Eh? 5-minute match, man.
Yeah, we can.
Cool.
Hey, yo.
See.
What's going on? Yeah. She's streaming.
Is that Andrea Bates or what?
Who's that?
Who is it?
No, I don't know who it is. No,
You know that
Nimi.
Nonimi.
Are you gonna invite me,
Imagine.
Jared?
Yeah, we already invited you.
Okay,
Ish,
yeah,
bro.
it's only came through now.
Jeez, let's get your ducks in a row, Con.
Get my pawns in a row.
Oh.
What?
You guys are gonna see me dust Mr. Abrams in a game of chess.
Jared?
I've got a plan. Got a plan. Don't you worry. Yeah.
Alright. Why do you use my Forex funds? They've got I say my Forex funds is very good value for money. Their challenges are very reasonably priced, as well as their drawdown restrictions and so forth being very lenient. Yeah, I'd say very solid choice if you're looking to have a look at any funding companies or prop firms. My Forex funds is really been growing a lot in the last couple of years. Been around for some time now, and I mean I've used them on and off for the last couple of years and been solid. You know, you get your withdrawals and everything. Really, no complaints. Jared.
Yes.
What the hell, dude?
What? They call me Magnus. Can win without the queen.
Ned says, I researched every single funded company. My Forex fund seems the best. 12% drawdown and 8% phase 1. And when you get funded, there's no target. Exactly. Solid, solid, solid.
Tom, we haven't used those ever before. I haven't even researched them. So I can't really give you an accurate, like, yeah, they're good or they're not. But I mean, if there's no time limit or a very long time limit, then I mean, for the oaks that are looking to take it slow, just get into the swing of things, then I don't see a problem at all with it. Because obviously my Forex funds does offer value for money, but there are obviously its drawbacks with the time limits. You know, you have to make this and this and this. So it does get a little bit challenging and a little bit stressful. But I mean, if you can handle that stress and you can get the percentage and you've done it on, you know, either a live account or whatever the case may be before, then I mean it's a no-brainer. But if you need that extra bit of time and you're looking to risk very, very little, then definitely that's the way to go.
I've had a look at the 5% thing before. From what I remember, their limits are very small. They've got very small drawdown limits, and they offer very large sized accounts. To me, it's just a very big red flag, because they're offering you all this money, you know, sounds amazing, and then they give you such small limits to work with. It's very tough. You need to understand that your psychology plays a big role in your trading. And these prop firms, they put these limits in place to play on your psychology, because the losing traders is where they make their money. So they're doing everything they can to make you lose. So focus and pay attention to their restrictions and their targets and so forth. Understand how that will have an effect on your psychology and your emotions. And just be very, very careful with that. 5% works against the trader. Yeah, from what I remember, exactly, it does. From what I remember, I think they have like $2 million accounts, like stupid.
Sure. But surely that's not a sustainable business model. $2 million accounts.
Yeah, no.
if somebody does pass full margin, let's run and run, I could really think that could get you out of business very, very quickly.
No, dude, I think so few people get through those phases though. That's the thing.
Yeah. It's crazy though. You $2 million. Holy.
Yeah, if you had to look at the stats, there's probably no one actually getting payouts from those companies, realistically. When I say no one, it's probably 0.0001% of people get payouts from the 5%ers.
1% of the 1% of the 1%.
Whereas my Forex funds, maybe you'll find like 0.01% are getting paid out.
1% of the 1%.
Yeah. Oh shit. What?
Farmaton is actually one of our members. So yeah, Ned, he's been with us for a little bit now and already been improving tenfold.
Man's all the way from Australia, up late at night,
Jeez,
doing his thing.
dedicated.
Dedicated for sure. Yeah, no. Need to do something here.
Jeez, my mind's not in it today. I don't know why. And I checkmated the last 3 people I played, so I don't know what's going on here. This is crazy.
Dude, these 5-minute games are stressful.
Yeah. How many accounts have you got, Connor? Have you lost an account before?
With my Forex funds, yes, I've lost plenty of accounts. Trust me, it's not easy. I tend to lose my accounts after actually getting a withdrawal. So that's something that still working through. Is actually what someone mentioned earlier on, is when you're on a winning streak, handling your emotions through that winning streak. So I think that's one of my biggest issues when it comes to my trading. But obviously, funded accounts is a different story. It's quite easy to lose in a funded account because of all the psychological restrictions on you. You know, you go into drawdown. Let's say you're like 3% in drawdown. That's not bad if you're on your own account. But if it's not your account, and you know that you've only got now like 7% drawdown left, it's a different game. It starts to get to your head.
Yeah. Definitely. Also with live accounts, I've lost live accounts before.
Yeah, I mean, Flip, I think we all have.
Yeah.
Back
There's
in
a
the
saying,
day.
if you haven't blown an account as a trader, then you've obviously never traded, or you're probably lying. Hey.
Yeah, no, hundreds.
Rook to F5.
Yes. Fucking, that'll wake anyone up.
Oh, dude.
Yo, no.
If you don't know what we mean, then you unfortunately are uncultured swine.
Yeah, look at GJ here. Didn't get that push up, so I hope no one took buys here. There was no real confidence or anything for entries. Never broke that previous high. Obviously just not enough volume right before London Open, so we're pulling back right now. That's why I say safer to wait for London Open at this point on GJ, because you can get these kind of moves just out of nowhere like that. You know, you get the closure above and then the move just doesn't materialize. But maybe we're getting this pullback setting up for better buys come London open or just after. So the patience should pay here.
Gold as well moving down with little to no confirmation.
Yeah, very tough. No top wick there on gold.
I'm checking now. I think gold would also look good if we could break below 134. 1834. Because there's a little bit of some messy traffic down the 15.
1834.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see exactly what you talk about. Like, yeah, definitely. But maybe if we don't get the top wick now and we get a closure below that support and then a break below that new support. So if we close, create a support, and then if we break below 1834, that could definitely be a solid idea to continue on driving all the way down to something like 1828. I could definitely see that playing out.
I just want to be careful in this area right here. Looking to the left on the 4 hour, you got a lot of mess here. A lot of rejections from this Friday. Oh, sorry, that wasn't Friday. From the 15th of Feb. The support area on an hourly. I want to be careful in that area. Just seeing the rejections we've had there in the past, knowing we've got no topic on this previous hourly, it might be a little bit tough at this point on gold for me. Fuck, man.
Wait, Connor, you're gonna run out of time.
That was a mistake. Yeah, no,
Wait, you're gonna drop rating for nothing there.
why did you resign?
Because you're gonna drop.
Should have offered a draw.
So much. No, but you're gonna only lose 4, and you would have lost like quite a bit if you ran out of time there.
Oh, thank you, dude.
And we like chatting and stuff. So
You're so considerate. Was Jared a good sport? Yes, he was.
yeah, appreciate it. Get out. What's the time there? It is currently 9:30 in the morning. So
Yeah, the time is on the top right of the screen.
yeah. Yeah, it is that on display.
It can't be that on display. It is.
Yeah, in Africa we do have day. So
It's the same hour as Romania, really.
jeez, that's pretty cool, eh?
I mean, we're not too far off. Would it be latitude? Yeah, in terms of latitude. Yeah, you guys are probably like right above us, or maybe a little bit to the right. Eastern Europe, a little bit to the right. Not far off.
I did not listen in geography, so if you could just send a WhatsApp location, we'd appreciate it. You can see where you are in the world there.
Yeah, welcome from Romania. Go save Mr. Tate there.
That was coming. I'm just gonna make some coffee quicker.
Okay, cool.
Cool.
Looks like no trades in London session theatre on gold. Possibly getting a little bit tricky now. We could still come back, retrace, get this closure below this support, and then next hourly comes up, creates a top wick, and we get a wick full. You know, there's still options, but we'll just have to see how the candle's closing. I think for me, I'll have to wait for London Open at this point with 30 minutes to go. Bit of a tricky situation. GJ, you might need to actually just be waiting for this news to see any sort of volume there. Obviously, it would be ideal to be seeing some good numbers for the pound to see the bars set up. Otherwise, we might see further pullbacks. But yeah, right now as we're breaking into this range, I don't know, I think it might be quite tough for GJ this morning. I won't be here for the news, so we'll just have to see how London's opening up. Just saying price action is iffy, yeah. I do agree. It's a bit tough.
Cool, I'm back, eh?
What's up?
Nah, no complaints and so.
Yeah, actually.
Jeez, dude, I was watching more of Levy's videos on chess, and he does this thing where he'll like say he'll go through games sent in by players that are like 400 rated elo and this and
Yeah.
that, and then dude, the mistakes that those oaks make, obviously like we're making very similar mistakes, but the way he looks at it and views it, bro, is just ridiculous, eh?
No, it's
Like,
crazy. It's like levels, dude. I don't know.
God. When I'm actually playing, like I don't see these things because sometimes I check my games at the end and it says like 3 miss wins, and I'm like, what? I'm like, how on earth did I have 3 miss wins? It doesn't make sense.
Bro,
But
and the thing
then,
is, when you're watching Levy and he's like pointing out something, and it looks so glaringly obvious, and it's like, he's like, take the queen, take the queen.
yeah,
And then you're like,
and
yeah, you fucking idiots. But then you would have probably done the same thing and completely missed it.
yeah, I actually had it where what happened? Oh, I played. I made like a blunder. Obviously, I missed the guy's queen that was hanging. Made my move, and he put in chat and he said, "You missed my queen hanging." And I was like, "What?" I was like, "What did you say?" So that was like so frustrating. Yeah.
Should have asked him for another chance.
Dude, yeah. Can we just go back into that position so I could take it, sir? um. Yeah, the GJ news, I think obviously we probably won't be on stream for that. But for the members, we will keep an eye out for the signal channel. But we will be very cautious because it usually is in that time of day that we are not proactively looking for positions. So we'll just keep an eye on it, and if something sets up, but maybe nice to just wait on that. To just see
Yeah.
maybe how it sets up for New York. Gee, Sectorino. Actorino.
Actorino, welcome back.
Actorino.
You know what?
Gold.
Dollar
Yeah.
index is looking very nice. We had a retest of these previous highs.
Yeah.
Sorry. Give me a
No
second.
stress. Cool.
My throat is quite scratchy, dude.
Uh,
Put pipes down my throat yesterday.
Jeez.
Yeah, we're retesting these previous highs from last week. So last week, getting some nice reactions off there, looking to move back up to the highs. So gold, we can see that bearish momentum back in the picture here, that higher time frame momentum coming in. So I don't mind sticking around since we can see this bearish volume coming in. This most recent traffic to the left is quite clean. Don't mind being a little bit more aggressive if we do see something setting up. It's a little bit tricky at the moment. This previous hourly, current hourly, still no top wick, but I'm sure we'll find something. Just not going to force anything. Might not even be in this session.
Yeah, obviously the hour is a little bit of a concern. So it's going to be a little tough, but I mean, I do see something. Do you see something pinning out, possibly playing out, pinning out? Yeah.
Would be ideal if we actually just stop driving down right now and close like a very weak candle here on the 30, I think.
Mm.
But if we keep pushing down, it's not leaving us much range to this area here. Yeah, June, I would love to see that. But I think to see that, we might need to just pull back a little bit here. GJ. Not looking bad. Not looking bad at all.
Yeah, it's pulled back very nice down, GJ.
Coming now, Jared.
Cool, no stress. Yeah, I mean, we've obviously got, the London Open coming up in, what is it, in the next 20 minutes. So if anybody is looking to take a trade, just remember that when you are looking for positions and you can add certain confidences to your trades, one of the biggest confidence you could have is for volume coming in at the session open. So just waiting that extra little bit over time is going to be tremendously helpful when it does come to looking for positions. So I definitely do suggest the more conferences you can add to take your trade, the better. So if you can say to yourself, you know what, listen, we've got London Open, I'm going to be holding off. Boom, 10 a.m. comes, you should be more than sorted, and it's going to add a lot of confidence to your position. So just remember little things like that, and don't just say, oh, this is looking amazing. You know, we've got 10 minutes to go to London Open. I'm just going to take it anyway. Because at London Open, you could obviously get the pullback as well. That could take you out. But yeah, I mean, you just need to be abreast of these things and not a chicken breast of these things. Akon.
Oh shit. Bro, can I show you what they put in my nose yesterday?
Ooh. Yeah, okay, let's have a look.
Wait, not yesterday, the day before. It was one of the worst things I've ever experienced.
Really? Dude, I definitely don't think I'm going to go for the same surgery, yeah?
Nah, this was like a complication though, and it doesn't normally happen.
Dude, I had a standoff with the nurse that was taking my COVID test when she put that thing up my nose.
What the hell's going on with this
Oh.
tab?
Oh my goodness. What the hell is going on there?
Yeah, they put this thing in, bro.
What?
Will be demonstrated. Most modern nasal packs contain a balloon which can be inflated with a syringe
They'd have to sedate me.
prior to placement.
Normally they put it in when you are sedated.
Yeah.
The nosebleed is occurring.
Dude, I don't know, this guy's so chilled with it. That thing fucking hurt. But the worst part is when they inflate it, bro.
Packing demonstrated again from a different pack. Enough air is added such that the amount of pressure exerted by the...
Bro, I swear this was one of the most painful things I've ever felt.
Here is an animation showing how the balloon inflates the nasal pack to exert pressure within the nose.
Dude, I'm told that the
Fuck, bro, I freaked out when they did this shit.
Yeah.
The nasal
this
pack
guy's
tube is then taped to
already on
to keep it
pethidine or
out of the
something.
way. Depending on the
He's
situation.
probably a lifelong sniffer, this guy.
Bro, I think when I broke my leg, I didn't experience such pain.
Really?
Yeah, that thing was ugly. Like, obviously when my nose was bleeding, I wasn't in pain or anything. But it's just that it wouldn't stop. And it was going down the back of my throat.
Sure.
So that's obviously the lengths have to go to get the blood to stop.
Sure. No,
And that thing fucked me up.
Sure.
But I mean, yeah, now I'm chilling. After they sorted me out, I mean, I'm chilled.
Yeah. But it looks like you're over the worst now. I mean, it hears like you're over the worst as well. You're sounding a lot better.
Yeah, especially after yesterday, since they did just have like a proper look and, like I say, just sorted me out, you know. Obviously have peace of mind now. And I've, for the most part, healed through the worst of it. So I think they just had to like cauterize an artery or something yesterday.
Yeah, bro, I got a thrill now thinking about that. Like, you know, when your body just twitches it.
Yeah. No excuses, boys. You see, I was bleeding out a day ago, and now I'm here. Like a giant tampon. Yeah, apparently it is actually a tampon. Like anything that you put into your body to stop blood is actually called a tampon. No matter what hole it's going into, you know. Very interesting stuff.
Jared thinks he's Magnus Carlsen. Dude, I know it, bro. You know, I definitely I know some tricks, but yeah, dude, chess is wild. You could have the best game of your life now, and then the next game you feel like you barely know how to play it. It's crazy. Yeah.
No rest for the wicked. Nah. At least yesterday was a bank holiday, so it didn't really actually affect anything.
Yeah.
Maybe it was better for all of us.
Yeah, I was keeping an eye on the charts here and there, and every time I looked, I was just like so happy I'm not on the charts today.
Yeah.
Yeah, but hearing the members also stuck to that discipline and didn't see anything was also amazing. It was also very nice to hear.
15 minutes, I could see something here on gold. Kind of just
So,
pausing out here. Okay, so headlines like this we need to just keep an eye out for when trading GJ. Headlines like this will have an impact and bring strength to the yen. We've seen it before. If we go back here on the hourly, we can see this move down was a result of headlines about possible changes in monetary policy from the Bank of Japan. So we need to just understand that any headlines to that effect about Bank of Japan changing their monetary policy, because they are looking at changing their Bank of Japan governor. So this is who they've nominated to bring in April. Ueda, I'm not too sure how to pronounce that. And we need to just look for clues on this guy's stance on monetary policy. So from what I've read, I haven't seen too much on his views, but if we are seeing things like this where they're expecting to possibly change monetary policy, we need to be careful of that. Like I say, could bring some strength to the yen, could give us those pullbacks to 161, 160 even, maybe even further depending on the extent of the headlines. But this clearly not having too much of an impact, but definitely something we need to just take into account and keep an eye on. So this came out 5 hours ago, hasn't had too much of an effect. I think when it came out, yeah, it really hasn't done too much. But yeah, just a reminder to keep an eye out for any headlines to this effect. Could definitely change the short-term outlook on GJ. There were a few streamers on YouTube yesterday, all had losses yesterday exactly, that's why I didn't stream yesterday. They should have listened to me.
gold looking primed. Could do sell stops at 1833.7. I would possibly wait for London Open.
Yeah, definitely waiting for London Open.
I'd definitely wait for London Open. You've got 12 minutes to go, so it's worth the wait, in my opinion.
A lot of volatility right now. Yeah, it might be tough. Because we've just about tapped into this rejection area to the left. So I didn't really want to see us driving down before London Open. But if we can pull back a little bit on the hourly, we still have a wick to fill. So we'll just see. I definitely wouldn't want to be sell stopping right here at this level, considering what we've seen here in the past. All of these rejections. And this area right here. What might be ideal to see is a pullback at this point and resistance formed in and around this area. Oh, my best stream is back. Hello, hello. Welcome back. I don't want to butcher their name, but I'm going to try my best. It's either Jocelyn or...
I think it's Joseline
Yeah, Joseline.
Yeah, Joseline McCandy.
But I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Obviously, at least if I try, you know, I'll get it right at some point. If it makes you feel any better, my name has been butchered even worse. Don't know how.
Oh, no, your name is pretty straightforward.
Yeah, I thought so.
Have you seen that video of the world's longest name?
Huh?
And then the Oaks they ask him, "What is your name?" And he's like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa!" Like, dude, it's this long. YouTube it quick. The
Bro,
world's
it's the
longest.
funniest thing I've ever checked.
Bro. Yeah, dude, it is hilarious. God.
World's longest name.
Yeah, the world's longest name, and it's like this African gentleman. Just stand. No, wait. Yeah. Hardest name in Africa. That's the one.
Hardest name in Africa.
Yeah, hardest name in Africa. Full video. Yo, bro, this guy's got a name, bro.
Bro, I must actually get my friend to send me a voice note of him saying his name.
Really?
His father's
Really?
Arabic, so he's
Yeah.
got like 20 different like names. So it's Amir, Abdullah Salam. No, dude, it's crazy.
Bro, that no teacher ever told that kid to shut up in school.
Yeah, this is the oak tree.
Internet. Third world country internet.
That's fourth world city internet.
Yes, it's quite a hectic intro.
So now since morning we don't do they clean this place. My mates they don't even come out safe. They wait for motor. They motor them. They can't carry everything come out.
Wow, that's good. So where are you from?
Where are you from?
Yes.
I'm from Edo State.
Edo State. Okay, interesting. So what's your name?
My name?
Yes. Your name?
My name na or SAS.
Pardon?
Pardon?
Come again.
Come again.
Yeah. I mean, what is your name? Your name. How far?
Now my name I call for you now.
Call it again.
It's not that
Spell 'em.
bad.
I don't feel spell am.
That be your name. I know if you spell 'em.
You know say we no go school now. If you help me spell am.
Okay,
No,
okay.
Wow, you say that's not.
I come
that
again, my
bad.
happy
Keep
spell 'em.
with that young man there.
Have you watched this one?
Spell
red.
Jesus.
Oh, Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice.
I'm gonna say.
Here's your question.
Is that who you're talking about?
Spell
No,
red.
I just saw this.
What? LSTER.
Oh,
Is
it's
that your
the
final
R.
That's
What the
Beetlejuice.
fuck,
That's a little.
bro? Oh shit. What a joke.
I'm gonna go check your Instagram DMs.
Just hold on. Without discipline, no matter how good you are nothing. One day a tough situation will present itself, if not every day. Don't get discouraged. That's when discipline comes in. Without discipline, no matter how good you are nothing. Exactly. Can I still sell? We haven't done anything just yet. Nothing's set up. And we're waiting for London Open in about 3 minutes. But quite volatile right now. This candle's up and down. Yeah, hourly's looking pretty good here. Harita, thank you so much. It's good to be back. Cheers, Mr. Nico.
Cheers, Nico. Thanks for being with us today. Catch you in New York. Con, I'll be back in 2 seconds. I have load shedding in a couple minutes, so I just want to change over to my UPS.
Okay, cool. Check.
I think Tom asked, does the 4 hour not having a top wick create concern for us? Does it?
It's got a little bit of a top wick here for me. I'm not too concerned about it.
Yeah.
A little bit concerned about the previous hourly, but you know what, with volume, I think it'll be okay.
Yeah, we're expecting volume to drive, so we're not incredibly concerned about it, but it would be nice to have that top wick. But volume should sort us out in that instance. But I'm happy we held off from the impulse entries on the break of that low before the hourly close.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, Ned, it's definitely possible getting 2 payouts from my Forex funds of 10%. It definitely is, and that can sort you out for a while here in SA. But yeah, you just need to be clever about it. You just need to trade well, take your time, not get in a rush, not get overwhelmed, and you should be good.
Yeah, that's obviously one of the selling points with the funded companies is that's, you know, for us, that's a lot of money to just jump into if you've never traded an account even close to that size before. And like you say, just a couple payouts and it's your expenses for the year sorted and you can stack cash. But yeah, it's not as easy as it sounds. There's a lot of challenges that come with it. Keeping those accounts is not always easy. You'll also have to see how you manage your emotions after your first withdrawal. Like I was saying, that's something that I've struggled with. Is after withdrawal is when I've generally tended to lose an account. But I've had accounts where I've got 2 or 3 payouts from. And you know, that's like your investment back times 50. And you've, like you say, you've paid off your yearly expenses. And you've got money to put away. Live below your means, yes.
That's the secret, eh? Invest more than you spend. Yeah, so London Open obviously has come. We broke the lows there, but immediately retracing to possibly create a steeper wick. So we could just have a steeper wick, maybe even a retest of 37.4, 37.3, and then see how that goes.
Yeah, I'm not loving it, to be honest with you. Just the fact that we've got this level right here. I know our most recent traffic is clean. But we didn't get that closure below this level right here. And we've already filled the wick of that hourly. I was hoping for a steeper bottom wick on that previous hourly and to potentially get positions here filling that wick. So everything I wanted to see is not really presenting itself. There's still volume. I could still see us moving down, but I don't see any ways to get involved here. No top wick on this current candle, tapping into a previous key area and rejection area. I could see us easily rejecting this level, coming up to create a steeper top wick. It's just pretty tough. Could always see something like this lower time frame. But yeah, I like to obviously wait for the higher time frames to give me these confirmations, which I'm just not seeing. GJ, pretty tricky here. Hourly, closed the week bearish candle, but you can see we had grab liquidity there. It looked nice to move up, but no bottom wick on the current candle. Didn't actually close above resistance here. So right now it really does make sense to just wait for a closure above 161.850. This resistance right here, that's going to be your safest bet for GJ. Otherwise, just waiting for the news at 11:30. I think that'll be wise. So I think I will actually call it a session right here. Nothing setting up for me at London Open. There's volume. You could see setups occurring later in the session, later in the day. But yeah, I've been here for pre-London and London Open and there's just nothing for me. Obviously, these sell ideas have planned out. There was just no ways to execute on this. And that's just sometimes how it's going to go. Sometimes you're going to have trades play out that don't present an entry. And if you can have the discipline to actually watch that move play out, not force anything. In the long run, that's going to be an asset for you, because that discipline you build is what's going to, like I say, help you in the long run to find that consistency, not forcing trades or anything. Even when you think it looks like it's going to move in the direction as you've planned, if it doesn't meet your criteria, if it doesn't fit in your plan, you shouldn't be forcing that trade. So very nice volume here, but unfortunately there's just no trade for me, and that's fine. That's just how it goes. GJ, like I say, I would be waiting for the news right here. So for members, we could send a signal later on. Just keep an eye out for that. Good news for the pound. I think buys look very nice here. But yeah, we'll have to see how the news comes out. That's in an hour and a half. But for now, I'm going to call it a day on the stream for London session. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take it easy. Thank you guys so much for joining today. It's great to be back. I missed you all. And yeah, let's finish off February strong. See you tomorrow.
Cheers, Con. Thanks for the stream.
No worries, bro. I'll be back tomorrow.
In, New York.
Okay.
Are you going to be there for New York Zoom?
Yeah, I'll be there for New York.
Okay, cool.
Cheers, guys.
Thanks.
Yes, 100%. Thanks. Con.
Yeah.
Can I quickly ask you something about Farmer Tom? We just need to chat.
Just hold on.